Good afternoon, this is Social. We're on talkSPORT 2. Sam Mellon and Flex, the host of Inside Devils and talkSPORT's YouTube channel, with you until 5 o'clock this evening. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim says 8 missing players was the reason his team couldn't beat the Premier League's bottom side Wolves. They finished 1-1 at Old Trafford as the visitors held on for only their 3rd point of the season. Amorim's side end the year in 6th, 15 points off top of the table.
We lost some points, a lot of points in details. But if you look at the table, we are the second team in terms of goals. We are maybe the team with more shots. We create a lot of chances. We have a lot of fluidity in the game. And we saw that during many weeks. Our problem was defensively, not offensively today. It was more offensively because if you look at the game, the characteristics are not the right ones to create problems to the opponents. And when you have a game like this and you understand what's happened in the game, you understand better what you need to do.
Flex, over to you. All round, just a bad night at the office.
Yeah, an embarrassing, disgraceful night at the office. You know, what probably are one of, if not the worst performance in our Premier League era, because we're talking about playing against a team that is arguably the worst team we've ever seen in the Premier League. Now, I know we do talk about Wolves at, like, when you actually watch them, though, but the facts are the facts. They got 2 points at the time for a reason. And Amorim said in there, like, because of the players missing, etc. That's always going to make an impact on your team. That's not the reason why Man United was so poor last night. The reason why Man United was so poor is because Ruben Amorim overthought everything and changed too much at a time. The one time he had to actually keep a constant. Now, I get it. There's players missing. I understand that. So there's going to be a drop-off in quality. So because of that, you need some continuity. And he just overthought this game plan. And now we've got a manager who, for so long, didn't want to change a damn thing and now wants to change everything constantly. And it's probably creating more confusion than good. We played well with a back four against Villa. Didn't deserve to lose. Played well in the first half of a back four against Newcastle United. Hung on in the second half, but massive win. Patrick Dorgy was excellent at right wing on the right-hand side. And you changed all of that against a team that's bottom in the league. How on earth... Like, that's anti-Manchester United. To play 5 defenders or 3 centre-backs at home to the worst team we've ever seen is already blasphemy. Like, why are you doing that? And then what gets me is he's in this period right now, Ruben, of changing things and showing how dynamic we are. Yet when you can see it's clearly not working throughout this game, he didn't change a thing. And the thing he did change in terms of the substitutions, you took off Xerxes, who's the only guy who scored, for Jack Fletcher. And I thought, I'm not going to go mad during the game because it could be an injury. Even then, I don't see why it's Jack Fletcher, but okay, let's just see. And then he explains his decision afterwards. We were suffering a little bit in midfield. Sometimes you can have too many strikers on. And you bring on Jack Fletcher. Like, I don't understand who was... Listen, I'm not going to get onto the young kid. You know, it's a tough moment for the team. Team's not stable. He was scared. He was passing back. It didn't work. That move didn't work. You take off Aiden Heaven for Lenny Yoro. We need a goal. You still kept 3 centre-halves on the pitch against the worst team we've ever seen. So when people like Paul Scholes are doing their podcast and Man United fans get angry, say, oh, our legends never protect us. Our legends Liverpool guys wouldn't do that and this, that and the other. Well, when people are qualified to look at the state of our team and they've been there and done it and they're going, that's not the DNA of Man United. Sir Alex, there's clips of him saying, like, if you're losing in the last 10 minutes of the game, you take off a defender, you go for it. You just do that here. I'm not saying go hell for leather every single game, but the lack of flexibility, but then using the flexibility at the wrong times is just mind-boggling. And listen, the fact that it's a poor league this year and Man United are within where they want to be, which is we want to be pushing for Europe. And the table says, look at us and Chelsea. It's not a great measuring stick, is it? But we're still there. So Ineos aren't going to do anything big like sack the manager after that result, or if we lose against Leeds, he's gone. It's not going to be that because the league is helping us out with where we are. And yes, there's players missing, so I'm not saying they're going to sack him. But for me, this is why, from that Grimsby game onwards, when people were like, we did all right, see, you're going to say sorry, and we've turned a corner. I go, no, game by game, mate, I'm still not sold on this. This is why. We've got more losses than wins in this calendar year. That tells you everything. I think we've got like 13 wins or something like that. 14 losses, 11 draws off the top of my head. something to that effect. Shocking.
The formation thing, Flex. I'm not a Man United fan. It annoys me. It frustrates me. I watched this Man United team, and I watched that first 45 minutes against Newcastle and saw you play really, really good, free-flowing, dynamic football where you were controlled in the game and you looked on top. You scored a good goal against a decent team. And then he changed the formation, didn't he, in that very game itself to go back to a back five, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, because we had to just survive. Yeah,
yeah. But then you lost control of that game, and then he reverts back to a back five. I mean, can you understand any sort of reasoning as to why he does this, other than he's trying to be too clever?
Arrogance, ego, trying to prove a point. Ironically, it's just made it look worse, where he's changed the system in the last 2 games and we've actually had some decent performances. As soon as he's reverted back to the back 3, we were shocking at home to the worst team ever in Wolves. And fair play to them, by the way, because I tell you what, they should have won. Senny Lemon saved Man United's backsides. They should have won. He had a double save, which was incredible. They should have won. They were completely comfortable. You had Rob Edwards talking about, we said this at half-time, play on the crowd, they'll be a bit nervy. This is Wolves. They got 2 points all season at the time of playing this game. 2. Going down, definitely. And they able to have a masterstroke again. He's been out-coached. He's been out-coached by Rob Edwards, who's just come up from the Championship. And he's lost every single game.
The players being booed off last night, is that very rare at Old Trafford?
It's just when it's warranted, it's just done, right? And Man United players know if you play for this club, that's what you're going to get. Happens at half-time if you're not good enough. Fans want to be entertained. Fans want to see attacking football. Fans want to see you beat bottom of the league who got 2 points, who you played a couple of weeks before and beat 4-1. You know, and I did say before the game, though, it was going to be a lot harder. I'm not naive, because there's going to be some, glass half full guys that will say, listen, what do you expect? We've got 8 guys out. You have to play Jack Fletcher. You could play some youngsters. Montato came on and he's 17. What do you expect? But what I'm saying is I can legislate for those things, but you then need a manager to help you be as good as you can considering the omissions you've got. And Ruben Amorim made it worse. Completely worse. Overthinking thing. His reasons for playing the back 5 was, we knew Wolves would, so we wanted to match. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you even considering Wolves' tactics at home for? Like a team that has got 2 points, Man United at home to Wolves,
play their own game, dominate
absolutely,
the game,
and you should be you should be going. They're going to have a back 5, so they're going to be stubborn and difficult to beat, and we're already lacking creativity. I need players on the ball. Why was there not a plan for Lisandro Martinez to be stepping out of centre back? Because they're in a back 4, not a back 3. Even in the back 3, get him the ball as much as possible. You're stepping into midfield, make an extra body in there. We need some creativity. We need some angles. Why have you played Joshua Zirkzee basically on the right-hand side, when any time you've played Joshua Zirkzee in the absence of Sesko and Cunha, you only fancy him as a 9. You don't like him as a right 10. So why have you played him there? Mason Mount was the only player that was different to Newcastle United because he was injured, right?
And it could have been like for like and play the same
Just
team,
do a
same
like
system,
for like and put him just off the front. Xerxes can do that. But no, he overthinks it, makes a bag of changes to the team and a personnel switch, and we suffered, and he didn't change it back.
I think Flex, I'm quite a level-headed football fan. I think I often give managers and want to give managers more time than maybe your average football fan would do. But with Ruben Amorim, I do not see where Man United are going. I do not see what he's good at. I do not see United team that are getting better. I do not see, I think tactically, game in, game out, I think his substitutions always seem to make Man United worse. And I do not see any sign of progress. And I know the league table right now maybe looks better than what I'm maybe perhaps making out to be. But you're also 2 defeats away from dropping down quite a couple of places.
Leeds condensed.
Do you think I'm right, Flex, to say that based on a year and a couple of, just over a year worth of evidence, it's pretty hard when you look at his body of work to see a future in a year or two.
Of course.
Where this guy is going to make Man United much better.
And he also just going to pray that he basically gets us into the Champions League.
And then sack him.
Maybe not. They'll see that as job done and then we push again in the summer.
Scrape into 5th place.
Yeah, 100%. I think they'll still keep him, that's why you got to look at Ineos.
Do you think that the match-going fans are turning a bit, or are they still backing him?
I think the match-going fans, I'm a match-going fan, but...
but you're more out than in, aren't you?
Oh, definitely.
I'm not sure.
I've never really returned back from when I was done from Grimsby. I've never really recovered from that. I don't think it's healthy. Like I say, after even when we win a game, I don't care. Get him out. I'm just not that type of fan. And really, if you think about it, Man United are still where we thought we should be, which is challenging for Europe. That's the only thing keeping this. But when you When you pause it and take a step back or take an aerial view and look at it, calendar, you go, what's really changed? Like, even with them 8 players back, we had them against Brentford, we had them against City, we had them against Grimsby. Like, they're still really embarrassing. We had them against 10 men Everton. We had them against West Ham at home. Just didn't win. Do you know what I mean? So that's not the reason. That's not the sole reason why we're bad. Yes, when those players get back, obviously we'll be better. Of course it does. I'm not going to say it isn't. But Aiden Heaven, you know, young kid playing well, and you take him off for Lenny. You're like, what? How is that going to help us score a goal? How is that going to help the team?
I've never known a manager to make as many substitutions to his defence as he does.
Honestly,
it's almost like he can't go through a game without subbing off.
I don't understand it. Just the constant overthinking. That game could have been so much simpler. And then if he kept everything the same and the players just had a stinker, we don't need to talk about the manager. He did all he could do, really. But the way he set us up from minute one, you could just see. Gary Neville was saying it on comms and said it, but it's not right. You can see this is not right. So, ironically, because you're in this period of change and we're so dynamic and we could play all these systems, change it. But he didn't.
After all this, Flex, I'm not sure what league game you'd like to have next, but I think Leeds away.
Not this.
And because Leeds do play before your game on Sunday, they play Liverpool away on Thursday, tomorrow, New Year's Day. But I guess, do you want to take the real glass half full approach to playing Leeds on Sunday?
No.
It's going to be in daylight. It's not going to be under. I mean, if you look at all of Leeds' games, the points against Liverpool and Chelsea, all under the lights, all those cliches. At least it's going to be mid-afternoon, early afternoon. No,
I like what you're trying to do there. I've got to find something, but I am extremely worried, and I don't need this. You know, I've been giving it to producer Jeremy all year. It's how rubbish his team is. They're going back down, etc. This wasn't supposed to happen. I wasn't supposed to go into this game feeling like this.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is that there's a lot of people that would say, listen, it would be like this Man United team to go and win at Ellen Road. You know, we won at Palace, didn't think we would. Won at Liverpool, didn't think we would. They do have that in them, but that was with the players back. Like, there's too many omissions.
Of those out, are any...
Maybe Mason Mount might come back, and we have to pray.
Where's De Ligt and Maguire?
Injured for ages. Maguire hasn't played since we got to score the winning goal at Liverpool.
All right.
And it's like they're not disclosing what it is, but they've been out for ages. They didn't even return to training.
Is that a concern?
Don't know. Well, yeah, they've been out for ages, so that's a concern. Bruno Fernandes, not ready yet.
End of January, you reckon?
Probably. So that's a bad one. You know, obviously, AFCON, they're nowhere near coming back yet. It's only just got going. So to live up, the game against Leeds is like Liverpool away. Like, you have to be ready to go to war.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that game, I don't care whether it's daylight, dusk or dawn. Yeah. It doesn't matter. You have to be able to go to war. And you've just taken Joshua Zirkzee off at half-time for Jack Fletcher, then you're going to ask him to run around for you at Ellen Road.
Yeah.
In that type of intensity.
Yeah.
That ain't going to work now, is it? I'd pray for us.
There we go. Pray for Man United.
I shouldn't be saying that against
Flex.
Leeds. We should be destroying them like we've done ever since they've come back to the Prem, but I'm not confident now.
Happy New Year, mate. Hey, 2026 is a new year. Who knows, right?
We kick it off with a win.
There we go. That's
and if we do,
Flex.
wait, will I be on Tuesday? Is that back to normal? I can give it to Jeremy.
Yeah, Tuesday's back.
Yeah.
Next week's back
and
to
if
normal,
not, I just won't
isn't
come in.
Yeah, there we go. Put a sickie. Good stuff. It's talkSPORT 2 is the social. We're with William Hill. It's 18 plus. GambleAware.org. Coming up next, we'll take a look back on last night's football in the Premier League in detail. Big win for Arsenal. A big win for Everton away, Nottingham Forest. And what about West Ham? Is this season they're getting relegated?